Hi there, I'm Christopher Dunnigan. This is HandmadeInVermont.com, and today we're talking about the Hubbardton Forge Martini Mini Pendant 161301. Awesome contemporary pendant. Let's get into the details on how this can be attached to your ceiling, because there's going to be two versions of it. Let's get that out of the way first. A great way to show you that is if you're on our website, on the page for this, look over on the right hand side of your page there, under the pull down menu where it says choose your finish, scroll down a little bit. You're going to see a hyperlink, a link that says click here for installations instructions PDF. So click on that for me. That's going to show you the installations instructions pages that are going to be in the box for this, and a great way for you to see how it goes on your junction box. The rail track version is on those pages. So let's go check it out. So you're going to notice when you look at those that there's going to be two versions of this. The regular one is going to be using a regular canopy that goes up on your ceiling, 5.5 inches in diameter, and that is round. It's about that thick because it needs to hold a transformer inside of it. Remember, this is a low voltage fixture. It's going to go on your standard 4-inch junction box that you guys have up there, or may not have up there yet. The other version of that is going to be something called rail track. So Hubbardton Forge does not own the patent on the rail track canopies that are available out in the world, but they are able to make the fixtures that can go into those. And what the difference is, you'll notice that there's a connector in the pictures or the diagrams there at the top of that cable. And mind you, you can clip that cable when you get it high or low as you want over whatever you're doing to get it into place. But that little connector is going to connect into those canopies that are offered by a company called Tech Lighting, T-E-C-H Lighting. And they are, I think, out of Chicago or something like that. But anyway, so they offer the actual canopies that go on the ceiling. They offer linear ones that are in a straight line. They might have some S-shaped ones. They have round ones that have multi-ports. So you can put a whole bunch of these and hang them all and stagger them, which would be kind of cool. That's a neat look. I think Hubbardton actually has a image of that on their website where you have a whole bunch of these staggered at different heights, and I think that's where this is coming from. Moving on from there, so that's going to show you the two different ways you can do this. So if you guys are just going to be putting these in your kitchen over a kitchen island, and you already have your junction boxes in there, or you're going to decide where you want it over the island or the kitchen table or wherever, then just order the regular version of this. If you want to use the Tech Lighting version of the canopy, then just order the rail track version of it. If you're not sure, call me. I'll walk you through it. We'll talk about it a little bit. So 802-446-2400 is my number here in Vermont. So moving on from there, let's talk about finishes on this. So this is going to be available in our 10 different regular finishes. If you're on our website, HandmadeInVermont.com, we have a finishes help guide over in the left-hand side of your screen in the red tab. So click on that for me. You're going to notice at the top of that page is a video. It's me talking to you guys about the differences in Hubbardton Forge finishes and how they look on different types of forging. If you scroll down and there is a chart, and the chart has the 10 finishes this comes in, you'll notice some of them are opaque, some of them are translucent, some of the pictures have the letter A on them, some of the pictures have the letter B on them. That's all talked about up above in the video. Okay, this fixture does not have a lot of heavy forging, so it's going to be more in line with the B pictures for the translucent finishes. Opaques are always the same anyway, so it doesn't matter. All talked about in the video, so watch the video. When you're done with that, go back to that chart, and you can click on any of those pictures and get a bigger picture, and it's going to show you more examples of dark smoke, opaque gold, soft gold, regular gold, whatever. So just click on those and you can see a lot more. So let's talk about the socket on this. So again, low voltage halogens. This is not going to be able to accept an LED, so keep that in mind. It's very important for people who are like totally into the LED thing. So the bulb on this is a T4 50-watt halogen. Throws a tremendous amount of light. And you're going to see a picture of that T4 bulb next to me here, and you're going to see also a picture of the socket. And the socket's called a, I think it's a GY6.35. Anyway, it shows you what it looks like here. The bulb is really small. It's about yay big, and I get my bulbs on, I think, Amazon or 1001 bulbs. It's so easy to get them nowadays. This does not come with the bulb, but again, simple, very inexpensive. Buy a whole bunch of them because shipping is probably the biggest cost of buying those bulbs because they're so cheap. And they're little bulbs that have two little prongs that go into that socket. Easy to replace. You'll notice that on this fixture, that the glass on it just kind of slides up, exposing the socket, and you just put the bulb in. It's no big deal. So easy, easy, easy. So we talked about rail track, we talked about finishes, we talked about socket, and that's really about it. Let's talk about the size of this. So the fixture height of the body down below is 14 inches high, 3.9 inches, and that's going to be a metal-to-metal measurement of the metal part down below, that kind of decorative part. And that actually is over the socket area. So you're not going to be able to see any kind of glare from the bulb because it's being shrouded by that piece of metal that goes around it, which is very cool. Beyond that, let's get into overall heights. You've got 18 inches at the shortest, that's from the ceiling down, 64 inches at the longest from the ceiling down. That's bottom of fixture to ceiling, don't forget. If you need it longer than the long or shorter than the short, not a big deal at all. When you buy the regular version of this that has that canopy that's kind of thick, the 0.5 inch round diameter canopy, what that has is a gripper, and the gripper is this little piece about yay big, and when you push into it with your thumbnail, it releases the strain release on it, and it allows you to kind of push that cable up there, and it coils around inside of that canopy. On the other version of this, the rail track, you're going to notice that once you get it to where you want it to be, you end up just tightening it and clipping off that little bit of excess cable. Again, all talked about in those installations instructions, so good to check out there. So when you buy your Hubbardton forged fixtures from HandmadeInVermont.com, shipping is free to every state except Alaska and Hawaii. No tax if we ship out of the state of Vermont. We're the only dealer with 90-day returns and no restocking fees. Some bigger items do not come back. Those are generally big things on big pallets. We always tell you about that ahead of time, so don't be afraid to look around there. In addition to that, we offer a rush program. So Hubbardton Forge doesn't stock anything. That's how you get all these different ways you can buy things. Everything is made to order. General lead time is 3 to 4 weeks out the door. We can cut that time in half, and it's per line item. So the more you have of exactly the same thing, the cheaper it gets to do rush. So drop me a quick email, sales@HandmadeInVermont.com, and we spell out the word Vermont if you want more information about that. And let's move on to showroom. So our showroom in Vermont has over 350 Hubbardton forged fixtures spread across 2 floors. We have a What's on Display page. It's on the left-hand side of your screen in the red tabs, so you can see everything that's here before you come. We have this on display on the first floor of our showroom. It's very cool, and it also kind of should point out what we have it in as far as the finish goes. But again, always look on that What's on Display page. It's a good thing to do. So we also have a clearance center here too. So clearance center stuff is 75% off MSRP. It's a great deal for you guys when you come in. Make sure you bring your ceiling heights. It's going to be a really important question when you're kind of pouring through. 75% off, like I said, off MSRP. So showroom samples, returns, discontinued stuff. Showroom's open every day except Sunday from 11 to 6. I'm here every day except Sunday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern Time to answer questions. So kind of wraps things up. If you guys have any other questions, drop me a line. Thanks for stopping in. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.